Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I have Mercedes Benz E-Class 270 CDI 2004. So let me show you. So it's E270 CDI with the long chassis. So today we are going to replace the front brake pads on this vehicle. So the vehicle has been to the MOT center, and the customer was told that the front brake pad is worn out. So this vehicle is fit with the as you can see, SBC system. SBC stands for Sensotronic Brake Control system, and also as you can see, this is going to be the pump and motor. It's also marked with the SBC, so Sensotronic Brake Control system. So this vehicle, this engine has not got a vacuum pump to create vacuum for the brake servo. So instead, the Sensotronic Brake Control system is used to pressurize the brake system. So I'm going to show you later that the pressure on this vehicle braking system can reach up to 65 bar. So until you have not deactivated the Sensotronic brake control system, I strongly advise do not attempt to replace the brake pads or brake disc, front or rear. So I'm going to show you the deactivation procedure, the SBC or Sensotronic Brake Control System deactivation procedure, and share that with you. Okay, first I'm going to connect this VCI vehicle interface vehicle connector interface, or whatever the abbreviation stands for. So I'm going to connect this first to the vehicle, and then start deactivation of the Sensotronic brake control system. Okay, as you can see, the DLC connector is here. So because vehicle is on the ramp, I cannot reach. As you can see, I have connected the vehicle interface connector, or vehicle connector interface, so to the DLC connector here. So next step is turn the ignition on. So as you can see, turn the ignition on, and you have to leave it ignition to on position to the end procedure, to the entire procedure of the brake pads replacement. And also you need to put the vehicle on charging or connect a charging device to the vehicle, or battery charger, to maintain the battery voltage above 12.3 or 12.4 volts. Another thing is that you need to remove this cover. So remove this cover remove the brake fluid reservoir cap, and you need to bring this the fluid level on this to a minimum level. So you need to withdraw or suck some brake fluid from the brake fluid reservoir to bring the brake fluid to a minimum level. So once you have done that, it's a good idea while the vehicle wheels on the floor and the entire load of the vehicle is on the wheels, you need to remove this wheel bolts, because sometimes this wheel bolt is very hard to be removed, or even with the impact gun. So I'm going to slacken the wheel bolts and then raise the vehicle and then remove the wheels from the vehicle. Okay, now the ignition is on. So yeah, now I'm going to go to the service option here. So we have got many options. So tire, brake, ESM, brake, bleeding, suspension. Now going to another option. So this one. So this is the electronic. This is going to be. Let me check this one and see what that can give us. So I have put the VIN number manually in the scanner. So I'm going to press OK. OK again. OK again. I'm going to I have turned the ignition off and on again and see if now. So this scanner MAXICOM is not for this vehicle. So I'm going to bring another scanner and connect to the vehicle and see if that scanner can be successful. Okay, I have connected another scanner to the vehicle, and now I'm going to go for the scanning procedure and see if the scanner can detect the vehicle ID or VIN number. No. So I'm going to put this VIN number manually. Okay. It says E-Class up to 05 2005. Yeah. E-Class from 06 2005 to 05 2000. So this vehicle is 2004. I'm going to go for this option. So it says vehicle VIN code or VIN number. So 2000, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go for okay. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to go for the, so let me select from the list here. So transaction engine, I'm going to go for this one, for SBC. So yes, ignition is on. Okay, now read full code, read data stream setting, changeover, special function. I'm going to go for special function. So it says bleed brake system, no. Activate system is BC. So be careful, because here there are two options. So we are not going for the bleed brake system. So there is another two options. One, deactivate system, because we have got the SBC system already activated, so it's now activated. We are going to go for the deactivation option. So for the first one, while we have finished the brake pad replacement procedure, and then we are going to go for activate system. So I'm going to select deactivate system SBC. So safety note, so you can read this yourself, because I'm going to leave for a while until you be able to read this. So depressing operation, the build up brake pressure must be avoided when working on the brake caliper. To prevent pressure building, the pressure reservoir must be discharged, and then the automatic startup of reservoir charge pump blocked. Okay, so I'm going to go for yes. So they said test sequence, the pressure reservoir is emptied, the start on the reservoir charge pump is inhibited. So here the pressure reservoir is not emptied, because when I read the service manual, Mercedes-Benz service manual, so I'm going to show you, it says bring the brake fluid level to the minimum. So I'm going to show you that before we go ahead with this procedure. Okay, the service manual says deactivate SBC brake system using star diagnosis. So note on repair to brake system. So the following steps should be run through in star diagnosis. Select menu. So this is the star diagnosis itself procedure, and here it says lower brake fluid level in brake fluid reservoir down to minimum mark. So I have already done that. So now I'm going to go with the scanner deactivation procedure. So I do not need to empty completely the brake fluid reservoir. So I'm going to select yes here, and it says please wait for 80 seconds. As you can hear, the what does it called? The sensotronic braking system are being depressurized. So the actual value is okay. Important note, pressure and brake system reservoir charge pump startup is blocked. Safety note, the brake system is no operational. Note, the scan tool may be disconnected during any additional work on the brake system. So the system SBC remain deactivated after the ignition is turned on and off again. A red warning message appears in the instrument cluster. The following procedure activates the system SBC. Activate system SBC. So going to go for OK. Now I can start work on removing the wheel, and I'm going to show you the instrument panel, that what is going on there. As you can see, let me bring that. So as you can see, brake defective, stop vehicle. So now we are going to replace the brake parts, and then when we finish the entire procedure replacing the brake parts, front, just front one today, so then we are going to reactivate this Sensotronic braking system back. So I'm going to turn the scanner off now. So scanner is off now, and I'm going to remove the front wheel. So to remove the front wheel, you need 17mm socket and breaker bar or ratchet like so. Okay, now I'm going to disconnect the brake pad warning sensor. Now I'm going to remove guide bolts, this one and this one. Okay, 12 millimeter head bolts. This is also spinning when I'm removing the bolt, so I'm going to hold this with the, I'm not sure whether it's 17 millimeter spanner, can be feet, or 15. Okay, this is 17 millimeter spanner, can be fit here. So the top bolt is 13 millimeters, so I'm going to do one trick if I can. So I'm going to remove the bottom screw. So I have removed the bottom screw. Now I'm going to tilt this out. If it's possible. So this is before tilting the brake caliper upwards, so you need to disengage this from this caliper here, from this one here, because when you tilt that, this is going to touch this one. So now you will be able, so I tried to just remove the bottom guide bolt, this one, and tilt it upward, but the brake hose, flexible brake hose, is too short. It's not going to allow this caliper to be tilted. So I have to remove this guide bolt too. So this is 13 millimeter head screw, and this is 17 millimeter head. I'm going to hold this with the spanner and remove this bolt. So I was going to show you that if there is any possibility to remove just the bottom guide bolt and just tilt it up and replace the brake pads, but that's impossible because the brake hose is too short when you're tilting. So when you're tilting, so the brake hose is going to be stretched and it's going to be damaged. Okay, make sure to support the caliper weight, hanging the brake caliper. And as you can see, this side is completely gone, and you see the rivet of the parts lining to the metal part of the parts. So I'm going to check the brake disc this side for any damage. So as you can see, a slightly scores are created on the disc, but it's not that much deep. So in theory that should be replaced. The brake disc should also be replaced. But so I'm going to just put brake pads and inform the customer. I'm going to put the brake pads for video demonstration, and let the customer know that the brake discs have some scores. This is the near side, so the off side may also have some scores. Then it's up to the customer whether he is going to replace the brake disc or he is going to just replace the brake pad. So right now for video demonstration, so I'm going to put brake pads and do the SBC or Sensotronic Brake Control reactivation back, and then inform the customer whether he wants to replace the brake disc as well, or just leave it with the brake pads only changed. Okay, as you can see, this seal or dust protecting cover is damaged. This one that has to be replaced too, but I'm not sure if the customer can replace that, or the customer wants to replace that. So anyway, I'm going to inform the customer. So right now I'm going to do everything with for the video demonstration, and then I'm going to send this picture to the customer if he wanted to replace the brake caliper too. use high temperature grease which stand with high temperature melting points. So, and use copper free grease like so. So I have replaced the sensor too. So new screws. Okay, tightening torque specification is 27 Newton meter. So 27 Newton meter. connect the sensor back on. Yeah, now so I'm going to install the wheel, this side wheel, and then I'm going to the off side, and then I'm going to reactivate the Sensotronic braking control system. So this is the offside is going to be done in the same way as this one. So I'm not going to record the offside one. I'm just going to do that off the camera, and then we will do together the Sensotronic braking control system reactivation. And also when you installing the wheel bolts, make sure you lubricate just this area which touches the wheel, like so, like so. Like so. Do not lubricate the thread itself, just lubricate this area which touches the wheel and that holds the wheel. So this curved area, this one, do not lubricate the thread itself. Just this shoulder of the bolt, not thread, just lubricate this shoulder of the bolt. This is sometimes seized and it's very difficult to slacking the bolt. So just this shoulder, not the thread. Okay, wheel bolt tightening, torque specification is 130 Newton meter. So 130. And also make sure that when you unclip the EBS sensor wire and also the brake pads warning sensor wire, you make sure you put back into the clips groove, that make sure they are secured too. And make sure you secure this sensor wires again back in its place. As you can see, I'm going to secure them back, and also this one too. As you can see, they are now secured in its place. So that was the brake pad procedure I have changed. Now I'm going to reactivate the Sensotronic brake control system. Okay. So as you can see, I'm back on the, let me show you where I am. I am here on SBC, Sensotronic Braking Control System. So I'm going to select that. Yes, ignition is on. So I'm going to go for special function. Okay, we have got currently the vehicle condition as the Sensotronic braking control system is deactivated. So now we are going to reactivate it back. So I'm going to choose this one. So note, the brake pads are placed on the brake disc. The brake pressure is temporarily approximately 60 bar. Default memory is arrest warning. Note, performing this procedure could cause entries to be made in the fault memory. Question: is the is the procedure to be carried out now? Yes. So it says please wait 20 seconds. So let me zoom it and let it wait. Now the Sensotronic brake control system is activating, as you can hear. As you can hear, the reactivation procedure. So communication and vehicle with. Okay, yes. So now I'm going to go back. Sensotronic. Okay, I'm going to check for the data. So I'm going to check for pressure. So pressure sensor, transaxle pressure sensor, pedal pressure sensor. So as you can see, accumulator pressure sensor reads 131.5 bar. Pedal position sensor Sensotronic is 0 millimeter travel. So I'm going to go back once again, go back and special function. So activation system, yes. Let me turn the ignition quickly off and then on again. Now before I reach to turn the ignition switch off, the scanner started to activate the SBC system. Yeah, now we are successful, as you can see. So everything is okay. So the right front pressure sensor is 68, 67 point something bar, and left front pressure sensor reads 6.2 bar. So left 3 is 67 point something like that. So I think we have gone. Just so I'm going to press continue here. Okay, the actual value are not okay. Important note, the brake system could not be activated. The brake system is inoperative. So possible remedy, read fault code memory. So I'm going to go for fault code. So it says rips is okay. I'm going to clear this fault code. Ignition off. Okay, I have turned the ignition off. Okay. Okay, switch ignition on. So I have turned the ignition on. So clear fault code memory completed. Okay. So I'm going to go back. Let me check. Oh. So ignition is off again. Okay. So I'm going to turn the ignition on. So I'm going to turn the ignition on. So ignition is on again. Completed. Okay. I'm going to go back and read fault code once again. No fault code is existing. So go back, read fault code, no fault code. So I'm going to go to the data stream. So RPM sensor switches voltage pressure. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, as you can see now everything is okay. So this pressure are momentarily changing. So now check, go back, read fault code once again. No fault code we have got. So we have successfully replaced the front brake pads on E-class E270 CDI with 170 horsepower with the SBC system, Sensotronic Brake Control system. So, and also make sure that the brake fluid level is up to the maximum. Here, as you can see, it's up to the maximum, even a little bit higher. it's up to here. Thanks for watching.